Welcome back, everybody. We are now here with Hippienator for some Maquette. So, I will let Hippie take it away.
Hello, I am Hippienator, and I'm gonna showcase Maquette any percent. We are just gonna go straight into it, I think. I will give a countdown. So in 3, 2, 1, go. So we're gonna go immediately out of bounds, basically. So this is meant to be mostly just a long walking section with some tutorial, but you know, going through a maze of a level is a pain. So we'll just jump out here, and then we'll have some time to talk about the game. So Maquette is a 3D puzzler based around recursive puzzles. So we'll see things become larger and smaller as we manipulate them. But sadly, we won't see that too much because any percent. So the game actually has a really nice soundtrack, but sadly is mostly licensed. So we're not gonna hear it because yay. So from now on, the rest of this level is interesting looking. So we missed some triggers to load in the rest of the level properly. So even if you save and reload, it'll look like this. So we're gonna take a key up here, which is we're meant to use to open 2 doors over here. But it's faster to avoid the cutscene by prop flying. So we are just gonna fly into the end of level trigger, and that was the first level. So here we'll see a small amount of the actual recursive puzzle thing. We'll see that that block becomes smaller. So we are going to go hit a cutscene trigger here, which opens the middle part, which is where we do like the resizing stuff. So we're gonna take the cube and throw it outside to make it smaller. Then we're gonna grab it, push it into ourselves, and then hopefully get a good angle through. Yes, there we go. Fly through that wall. So now we need to hit 2 cutscene triggers to load the end of level trigger. That's the first one. So flying through the wall, we skipped a door that's now opened here. And that was the second trigger, so we spawned the exit. And now we're just gonna fly over here and go through the end of level trigger. So the next level is going to be even more interesting in its design. So you're meant to go through a lot of things here to get a gear that you put into part of the maquette, which moves the camera up, which hits the end of level trigger. But for whatever reason, the end of level trigger is actually there. So we can just come on. Let's try that again. Oh, I did actually hit it. There we go. So soon we will actually have some time to, get something read if there's anything. The next level will have a lot of just walking without any tricks. So here, here we're gonna climb up here because there's a cutscene in here that loads the end of level trigger, which we just hit. Then we're gonna climb back out. There we go, and now we just have to click on a bell up here to end the level. There we go. So the next level is meant to have a very long walking section again, with like a lot of story in it. So you're meant to go through like a city that spawns around you, but that's slightly maze-like, so it's obviously not the fastest. So what we're gonna do instead is jump over a wall here. There we go. And you can kind of see where the city's going to be, but it'll never load because we don't hit the trigger. So we need to basically go in this direction, but we need to get back in bounds. But yeah, there's time for a reading of something now, if needed.
I will just quickly say something about the charity. Haven House offer a range of support to meet the well-being needs of individuals and families. This includes social opportunities for families to come together and meet others. For example, at sibling activity days and coffee mornings. Haven House also offer a 24-hour advice line, emotional and practical support, dad's group meetups, family days, and bereavement support. So if you are wanting to help out this amazing cause, donate in chat, not donut. That would not work. Although a donut sounds quite nice about now. But yes, donate in chat. Back to you.
Yep. So, yeah, we'll just fly towards the end of the level here. This is one of the very important things in this run. You move faster while flying, but I will stop here, because if I fly into the end of level trigger, it'll start the load screen, and then it'll just turn into a black screen and hardlock the game. So we want to avoid that. But that makes for an interesting kind of speedrun, because you obviously don't want to hardlock your game, but you also want to get as close as possible. So coming up, this is probably the level where we have the most of the intentional time we go through, because it'll be a while before there's anything to go out of bounds or fly with. So the story is a slight amount of cliche, but I kind of like it. The characters are very human, in my opinion. So it's about like the progress of a relationship from start to end, basically. And I feel like the colors and tone fit quite well for the different themes of the levels, which is one of the things I really like about the game. So these levels will spawn bridges, and they will actually not immediately get a hitbox, so it is a slight amount of timing to try and not jump too early so you fall into the pit. So now we are actually gonna skip the entirety of the level. So we are gonna do another prop fly, but this one we can't just go directly up on because it goes so far from us. But if we jam it underneath the level, we can do it like that. Whoops. There we go. So you can see where we're supposed to go. We're supposed to go underneath this maquette and solve a lot of puzzles, but you know, that's a bit of a hassle and slow. So we're just gonna fly over here instead. Very important that this one we actually walk off the prop first, because otherwise it'll just put us into the void. So for good measure, I am gonna do a safety save here. Gonna put that up here, and hopefully, nope. So right below us is the end of level trigger. So we need this bridge to push us through the floor. And positioning is important, because if we are slightly off, we actually won't hit the trigger and just fall. That's why I made a nice little safety save. So we're actually getting to very much the end game. This level has a maquette you can move, which obviously makes things a lot easier, because it means we can skip everything by hopefully wedging it in there. Nope, that did not work. Nope. Yeah, so this can be slightly annoying, especially when you failed it once, it suddenly gets hard. There we go. So now it's stuck here. We can fall in here and hit the last trigger to spawn the end of level trigger, which is here. So time will be coming up shortly. and time. And that's Maquette any percent. So yeah, thank you for having me and letting me show off this amazingly broken game.
Alright, Hippienator. That was a very fun run. Very interesting game, actually. I've not seen that one personally myself. Just before we do go here and just finish up with our final messages, we did get a donation for £69 during that event. So the message from DJ ATC was, I had to check the conversion rate because it's in British money, but okay, here we go. It's always great when speedrunners can come together and raise money for a charity. GG to all the runners. So thank you, DJ ATC, for that donation. And Hippienator, again, that was a very fun run. Very enjoyable overall. Different game for sure. Yeah. Is there anything you would like to finish off with before we do end up going to transition here?
No, I don't think so. I'll say thank you for the donation, but yeah, I don't think I have anything else.
All right, brilliant. I will send it over to Corey here, who will transition to the transition here, and then we'll go from there.
Yes.